Morning, and thanks for joining us, Charlie. We can have a little chat today on the plans, the market, your plans and your outlook, that sort of thing. So, as the introducing you, CEO of Zoopla, thanks for joining. So, my first question: what are your plans, ambitions for 23?
Nat, thanks very much for having me. So, I'm super excited about what we have in store for 23. From Zoopla's perspective, it's always been important for us to be significantly more than just another digital classified site. And so we have very clear ambitions for what we want to achieve for both our customers, being agents and new homes developers, mortgage lenders and others, and then also the consumers who visit the Zoopla site. From a consumer perspective, it's really important to us that we remain relevant to the broad church of consumers, not just the 5% of homeowners who may be in the market at any particular time to either buy or sell their homes. So we're developing a suite of products which will grow during 2023 that is absolutely aimed at engaging those consumers through their life cycle, being relevant, providing them with data to help them make decisions around their homes. From an agent perspective, it's about providing those operating platforms that allow our customers to run their business in the most efficient way, whether they happen to be an estate agent, a new homes developer, or through our home track business, all of the top mortgage lenders in the UK. So when we talk about our business internally, we talk about helping to reimagine intelligent home decisions for all. And it's really about providing stakeholders, whether they be renters, whether they be potential purchasers, vendors of property, or professionals operating in the space, with the data and tools, not just to make informed decisions at any point in the journey, but also to enable them to run their businesses in the most efficient way. So effectively helping reduce costs, and particularly in the case of an agent, be out there doing what is most important to them, which is winning instructions and selling homes. And in that sense, our product suite has never been more relevant. We're all facing tough times. We all need to run our businesses in the most lean and efficient way possible. And I'm really excited that the tools that we are delivering and that we will continue to enhance into 23 are absolutely in the sweet spot of what we all now need. And then the other thing that's super important for us in 2023 is continuing to drive forward our community and engagement initiatives. As a company, we aim to be net carbon zero by 2030. We work very closely in a partnership with Crisis to help use our consumer brand to really address some of those key issues around homelessness. And it's a big driver for a lot of our employees internally. We raised over £50,000 for Crisis this year amongst the employee base. And then I think the third piece that's really important for a business like us is to help consumers and homeowners understand how they can develop a more energy efficient home. It's always been important. Residential property is the second biggest emitter of carbon worldwide. But now, obviously, in the current cost of living crisis, where everyone needs to keep down the cost of running their home, it's even more important. So really excited to continue to work with our agent customers, government bodies and others in terms of how we can drive forward energy efficiency in the home.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Charlie. I mean, a comprehensive answer. It's, as you mentioned there, we're coming into 23, maybe some tough times. How do you see the market in the coming months? Slow down, or will it be a surprise?
Listen, we're coming off the back of a really hot market, Nat. I mean, obviously, the post-pandemic period saw the highest level of property transactions since we'd seen since the global financial crisis in 2007, 2008. 2021 saw about 1.5 million homes change hands. This year, it'll be about 1.3 million, and that compares to a long-term average of 1 to 1.1 million post the financial crisis, as I say. So I think we're going to, in terms of absolute volume of activity, we're going to see a bit of a return to the normal that we have seen since 2007, 2008. Yeah, so we're going to be sitting at around 1 million, maybe 1.1 million transactions in 2023. Clearly, when you don't have that heat in the market, where you don't have that supply squeeze, we're going to see a little bit of softening of the price momentum that we've seen. Prices this month have been running at 7.8% nationally growth rate year on year. That's the lowest that we've seen since February 2020. It's obviously more marked in some of those hotter areas of London and the southeast. So I think we will see some price stabilization, if I could put it that way. Mortgage rates have been very, very volatile since the mini budget. We think those will settle out to somewhere between 4 and 5% next year, which is affordable if you consider that until very recently, banks were stress testing all mortgage borrowers at 6 to 6.5%. So yeah. There are lots of people calling doom and gloom in the housing market. My personal view is that it is somewhat overstated. Will there be a cooling off? Yes. Have we seen demand in terms of the number of people searching on Zoopla and delivering leads to agents come off over the course of the last couple of months since the mini budget? Absolutely. Some of that is seasonal. Some of that is down to lack of certainty around the mortgage market. But those buyers will come back in. We will see asking prices being dropped a little bit, sellers becoming more realistic. But I just don't think we're going to see that wholesale crash that many people are talking about. Volumes will remain more or less where they've been for the last 15 years. Some of those overheated prices that we've seen accelerate over the course of the last 24 months will come off a little bit. But we have to remember that a huge amount of moves in the UK are either with people who don't have mortgage borrowing, about 25% of moves, or are driven by needs situations. So that's the usual thing of the 3Ds, death, divorce, that actually drives the need to move home. And that accounts for about half of the moves we see in the UK each year. So there's still lots of underlying drivers that I think give us hope to underpin the property market.